Let me ask you another question that I had in the back of my mind when you mentioned it. You were the youngest winner of a race across America. What was it like after the race? Did things change in your life? Did people start treating you differently? Was there a certain hype? Or what's it like after a race period? I mean, what's the psychological mindset? Are you happy that it's over? What's kind of the process there?
There are 2 or 3 different states of after racing, and I heard some similar experiences from people who talk about their business, like big project or something. Like you're investing all your energy in preparation, in training, in the race, and then you finally have achieved it, and you think you will be the happiest person alive, and you will be like grateful and feeling good, and in reality, of course, you're feeling good and it's great and you're happy, but after a few days, you're like, you find out nothing actually changes. Life is continuing as before. But you're like tired, you are slow, you don't have a goal in your mind, because I was used to having a goal in my mind all the time. I am always riding towards a goal in my training, in the race, and then there is no goal. So you're like,
there's no
useless.
structure, there's no...
Yeah. And it really took me a lot of Race Across America experience to handle that situation much better. Because if you're not used to just having an easy day or letting it go or enjoying life, you feel useless, which is a bad thing. Yeah, because you should not feel useless just because you don't have a goal.
It's nice to have something to look forward to. It's
much more exciting. You can change to like beast mode when it's necessary, and then you can change to enjoy life mode. Yeah. And
have you learned to enjoy life?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I could always do it, but the thing is, reaching a goal makes you happy for a few minutes, a few hours maybe, but having the progress makes you happy for like all the time, as long as you are on your journey.
Have you ever heard the term destination anxiety? You can probably associate what it means.
Yeah, but the German book of mine is the journey is more than the reward.
That goes in that direction. Well, is this the English version of it?
Yes,
right?
That's the English version.
Well, we'll get back to the book because I'm interested in it. The destination anxiety is this human phenomenon that there's a story that somebody once told. Imagine that you were going on a cruise. You've always wanted to go on a cruise. Maybe you want to see the Northern Lights, and you know that you're going to get on the ship in a certain city. And the ship is going to go for 2 weeks, and you're going to go and see wonderful things, and then you're going to come back and you're going to get off the ship at the same location. And what this person who's telling the story says, what a lot of people who have, most people suffer under destination anxiety. We're so focused on the objective that we forget about the journey.
Yeah.
And destination anxiety is this kind of mentality. If you were to get on the ship and say, hey, we're gonna in 2 weeks we're gonna be back here anyway, so let me shortcut it. Let me just get off the ship again, and and then you don't realize that actually. And I think your story is beautifully aligned with that. There's a beauty in what Germans say, in schaffen, in creating, in striving, in struggling, in learning, in sharing, and having highs and lows. That's
you don't
fulfilling part.
You don't look at the trophies which are hanging in the wall or are in a box in the basement anywhere, because it just doesn't make you happy. But the moments you are living on the bike, your experience on the bike, this is what makes you happy. And when you reach the finish line, suddenly the journey comes to an end. Yeah. Suddenly the adventure is over. Suddenly the purpose for yourself to train for a whole year and to give your best every day, the purpose doesn't exist anymore. So when you reach the finish line, actually it's a sad thing. And then there is another Ebene, level of experience after the race. In USA, I was there with my support crew, and we all had the same experience. We all had a great and tough and challenging time, but we have went through this together. So we are sharing like everything in the finish line. We are staying there for a couple of days, having drinks, having a party, sleeping a lot, and just talking to other racers. We are just living in the bubble. And when you come home, everybody has to
Goes
leave,
back to their routine, yeah.
back to the routine, back to the job, back to their home places. And suddenly you feel that there is a big emptiness. And then I'm really enjoying life with my girlfriends. You know, we want to go for holiday. We want to take a few days off. But then my telephone is ringing. Oh, interview, newspaper, television. You have to go there. You have to go there. The sponsor wants something. So I wasn't allowed to enjoy myself. Yeah. And this really made me angry, you know. And I thought, okay, it's part of the job because I have some sponsors. Without sponsors, I cannot do the race. But the cost of this is that after the race, I'm not allowed to enjoy because I have to like fulfill my duties we have in the sponsoring contract. And this was very, I felt like this is unfair a little bit. I want to just switch off the telephone, enjoy life, but it wasn't allowed to be.